clamps have the armor locked in place. Maybe there's a way to power up the mechanism, release the clamps. I'll need 2 more. Just 1 more. There we go, the last one. All powered up. Now to get the dials in position. There must be some kind of code. Did it. Let's have a look at that armor inside. Alright, now let's see what we can do with this material. think he built all this alone. So many memories. It's not home anymore. Not without Rost. There's nothing for me here anymore. Getting soaked from melted snow. Uh-oh, spotted. Down you go. Forget about traveling light. Yeah, please, one of us. Sorry to spoil your fun.
Thank you.
For all Mother.
Now I know the kind of person I want to be. Watching you.
I'd have to leave something else behind. Here we go. That'll help. You're not gonna be the one to stop me. It's not marked. Wonder what killed it. Frother on the mouth. Something it ate? Something caught in its throat. Let's see here. That would be Tame's ring.
Welcome back.
Is this the ring?
My mother gave it. Where did you...
Halfway down a boar's gullet.
I think I'll wear it around my neck from now on.
Night's coming. dreams.
Are you Galeev?
I had planned, but you're not.
I came from...
The
What?
No, my
Why won't you...
Look at the behavior.
Look at it.
I...
What's stopping me from just making you do it?
I'd have to cause a situation. And you wouldn't harm the only healer disgraced enough to work for the Shadow Karja, would you?
Well, we've only just met, but yes, it's tempting.
And take it up with the Citadel. They decide nothing you can do would compare to my punishment if I use the last of my stock on a tent girl. There's no cure for a conscience, but in this line of work. And yet, if you feel so strongly about this one girl, perhaps we can...
That's not how charity works.
It is how...
Those parts...
As it happened, I know it...
If I do...
Oh, but I'll...
Oh, useful. This has to be the place. The Thunderjaw shouldn't be hard to find. Just hope I see it before it sees me. Lucky me.
Kestrels keep gathering in clusters, whispering to one another.
I have your machine part. A deal's a deal. See to the girl, and it's yours.
On my oath. But tell me, if this girl survives, what...
It's better than not having a future at all.
What a charming notion. Come, let's be quick about this. Kindness doesn't keep...
I hate this feeling. Like we've already lost everything.
Last night, I dreamed I ate a whole boar.
It's you. Hello again.
I've brought someone to see your sister.
How did you... No. Wait. I don't even want to ask.
Smart boy.
She'll have his full attention.
Once I'm freed of other distractions, yeah. What's she called?
Shiana.
I knew a Shiana once. She sang in a tavern. How is your sister's singing voice?
She likes ball games. She wants to be a soldier.
That's a shame. That's enough excitement for my rest day. What's she called?
Shiana.
I knew a Shiana once. She sang in a tavern. How is your sister's singing voice?
She likes ball.
Here comes the snow. I need to get going. It's, held like this for 19 years, right?
Well,
Don't answer. Glad that's over. Not this way. Maybe further up the shaft. This must have been where they lived. What's left of it. Once this was all enclosed by rock and metal.
Record. I just woke up. I see the numbers, but can't make out the time. I was dreaming of... I was giving a lecture in Q Hall. Maybe it was something more shamanistic. I don't know. An audience of shadowy faces under a blank open sky. I told them the world ended with a bang. A plague of robots. The last humans. We went out, not with a whimper, but a whisper. You know, in caves, ending like we started, huddled around a flickering glow. The heads of state, the Fortune 5s, the leaders, and lottery winners, and life cults, all of them buried in their little shelters. Some believing they'll live it out.
Evacuation happens so fast. No time to think things through. No time for goodbyes. There were lines in the medical ward. I told Tom Pake I'd be with him when he went under. But there was one last shipment of Paradis-Sade zygotes I could get processed if I rushed. I'm still angry at him for forcing me to choose. Angry at myself for... Well, he died alone. And I didn't get the bloody birds of paradise saved either. All the time left in the world now to think. Gaia Prime's locks are sealed. Elysium.
Elizabeth's room. I know it. She didn't even get a chance to unpack. These are her journals. Elizabeth's journals. And they're all destroyed?
Scan them. The Focus can rebuild them, but the process is slow. To us, it seems a powerful device, but its engine is tiny and limited.
How slow?
Days, weeks, years. Concern yourself with stopping Hades and extending the future, and you might live long enough to hear them.
Elizabeth. What is this?
This is Charles Ronson. I'm logging this 6 hours after final deployment of Gaia Prime. This morning, an access port seal malfunctioned. Gaia Prime's port seals were designed to close with a seam of less than 2 millimeters. But this one closed with a 10 millimeter gap. Enough for an energy signature to bleed through. Enough for the swarm to detect this facility. Enough for Gaia to be discovered and destroyed. Enough to end the future we worked so hard to make possible. Unless the hatch server re-engaged from the outside. I'm now switching to a recording of the event.
Well, I'm not going out there. Not what I signed up for. Either we send someone out, or all of this was for nothing. It should be Liz's decision. So when is she going to get here?
She said 5 minutes. You don't think...
Oh no. Okay, everyone. I've repaired the seal. Gaia?
Seal closure at 1.4 millimeters. Confirmed.
Elizabeth, no. We'll find a way to bring you back in.
It's not gonna happen. The swarm's too close. Really. It's alright. Gaia's complete.
She'll take care of things from here on out. That's what she does.
Not like this. There's so much we...
Guys, you know me. I'm no good at endings. At letting things end, so, let's not.
So... happy trails, Liz. And, see you around.
Yeah. Take care of each other, all right?
Liz.
I'm okay with this. I want to go home. Goodbye.
That was the last transmission of Elizabeth Sobek. She gave everything for the hope of life on this planet. And we are all in her debt.
Aloy?
She's gone. Really gone.
You knew she couldn't have survived, Aloy. And her achievements were... beyond exceptional.
While her people bickered, she was the one who took responsibility. The only one who could.
She was better than them.
That's not what I said.
She was. You shouldn't be afraid to admit it.
You think she was better because she was smart, because she designed Zero Dawn, but you missed the point. What made her great was that she was willing to sacrifice herself for others, for everyone who would come later.
No. She couldn't let her creation fail. You're confusing will for sentimentality.
You're wrong. Remember, she knew it wasn't enough for Gaia to think. She taught Gaia to feel. To care, to sacrifice, to believe in life, enough to fight against hopelessness. If it wasn't for that sentimentality, life would have ended. You and I would never have existed.
Your argument is sound. I'm sorry for your... loss.
She said she wanted to go home. Maybe.
What?
Nothing. It's time to go on.
Hell, Liz. I know you're never gonna hear this. That's not the point. You got to play the savior and the martyr all at once this time. Great work. Hell, Liz. I know you're never gonna hear this. That's not the point. You got to play the savior and the martyr all at once this time. Great work.
There's another section at the back of the crater. Looks like it survived the blast.
Because it was armored. You found the control room.
I'm on my way.
I've been taking a hard look at the project. In the end, it's simple. It's clean. It's clear. Erasure. A Addition by subtraction. I can make a better list. With a single stroke, make it all go away.
I really don't like the direction this is going.
Continue.
When I opened the hatch, the air rushed in from this side.
Because there was none inside the chamber.
But the Alphas were in there.
I'm locked out of core control. Alpha clearance overridden. What the hell is Omega clearance? Oh no.
Alpha personnel. Sorry to alarm you, but I need you to listen, okay? To what I'm about to say. This isn't easy. See, please, stop trying to access the system, okay? See, what this is about is, I said stop trying to access the goddamn system. And what I'm trying to say is I can't stop thinking about the ones who come after us. Those innocents. Those blameless men and women. We're gonna give them knowledge? Like it's a gift?
Ted. We've talked about this before. Apollo has 3,000 plus fail-safe conditions.
It's not a gift, it's a disease. They're the cure, and we're gonna give them the disease. Our disease? No, we can't. And it's not too late. If we're willing to sacrifice.
Ted, it doesn't need to be like this.
It already is, Samina. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo. It's gone. All of it. Every copy.
Sacrifice? It's not a sacrifice. It's cultural obliteration, you crazy bastard. Millennia of culture.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But sometimes, to protect innocence, innocents have to die.
Emergency alert. Planting atmosphere.
He killed them all.
So this is why. This is why we were trapped in benighted ignorance for an innocent future. Blameless men. He never saw the slaughter in the Sun Ring. Everything these people achieved, all the knowledge of the old ones, evaporated. return to dust, scattered to the void, like the Alphas themselves.
No. Not a void. When the hatch unsealed and scattered their ashes on the wind, it took them out among the world they made. The world we're living in. It's...
a monument to oblivion.
not oblivion, Silence. The Master Override. It's so small.
Now all you have to do is kill Hades with it.
Sound good?
Try not to fall to your death. The Master Override doesn't override gravity.
You're... here.
For a moment.
What?
Our journey together has come to an end, Aloy. But before I go, I think I owe it to you to tell you the rest of the story.
Go on.
Some time ago, I admitted that I'd been involved with the Eclipse. But I never told you the full extent of my culpability. The truth is, I was there at the beginning. I found Hades, Aloy, buried on that mountain, trapped in that shattered titan. And I served it.
What?
It promised knowledge and delivered. Such knowledge, you have no idea.
And in exchange?
I helped create the Eclipse. Helped it build a cult, an army to do its will.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because your success depends on knowing this. When I found Hades, the first thing it wanted to know about was the Spire. Not Meridian. The Spire. Now why would that be?
The Spire was created by Gaia.
Which part of Gaia?
Minerva. Its code-breaking module. Gaia built spires to transmit the codes that deactivated the Pharaoh robots, shut down their biomatter conversion systems. Hades wants to send a new transmission. To wake the machines, so they can devour the world all over again.
Yes. Based on what we've learned, that's my conclusion as well.
So the Eclipse... the robots they've resurrected... they're just a means to an end. An army to capture the Spire.
Yes. So Hades can exterminate life all over again. Unless you stop it.
I want you to tell me...
It's a long story.
Then get started.
It began with a focus. In my case, the device was heavily damaged. There was just a flicker of life in it. I spent weeks studying it, attempting repairs, until finally... I succeeded. That's when I detected it. A faint sick... I followed...
So you thought it was a Titan?
I didn't know what to think. I'd seen such wreckage before. The Grave Horde, for example. It couldn't speak when I found it. So began an exchange of knowledge. It wanted to know everything about our world. But the Spire was always its foremost...
What did it want to know?
Its precise meanwhile, it bid me
Enough.
the command.
And the shadow.
Yeah, they're so yeah.
But Hades.
Wait beside. Yes, I installed.
What made you turn on Hades?
Actually, I was troubled the first time I saw the Eclipse raise an ancient war robot with my technology. I questioned Hades.
A little late.
Indeed. I'd already outlived. When I completed work on the Focus Network, Hades summoned me to receive my reward. The next moment, I heard it broadcast my kill order. I've been a fugitive ever since.
So when did I come into...
When a kill order against us. But then I saw that this Nora girl was wearing a focus and bore an uncanny resemblance to a great scientist of the old world. Helis moved quickly. I thought you were dead. But then I detected your focus inside the Nora mountain. The more I observed you, the more convinced I became of your extraordinary nature and usefulness. Through you, I could finally discover the secret. I vowed to do everything I could to ensure your success. The rest, as they used to say.
You've done terrible things, Silence. But you've also done what you could to undo them. I can't say you've balanced the scale, but at least you've tried.
To be clear, Aloy, I would do it all again. A few more safeguards, perhaps, but basically the same.
So much for learning from mistakes.
I've done all I can. Take my lance. Fit the master override to it.
Then I just need to get close enough to...
Exactly.
Oh, no problem. Silence! Where will you go?
Elsewhere. And everywhere. There's so much more to discover before the world ends.
And all this?
I leave it to you, of course. As it turned out, it was yours all along. I was merely trespassing.
I have to tell Avad that the Eclipse are ready to strike. After what happened with Dervahl, I know he'll defend the city. But the Spire...
You're just a giant jerk. Named Dex. Giant jerk named Dex. That's what I should make. Broccoli for you.
Always stay bright. Always stay alert. That's what I say. Don't ask me where to go if you're lost. You wanna go up? No, I'm awake and alert. Not what I imagined when I was a boy, but it's decent work.
Aloy.
A threat. The Eclipse will attack soon with an army of ancient war. They'll bring. It's called. It will send out a call, waking more ancient machines, more than we could ever defeat. We can't let that.
I'm trying to understand.
Meridian isn't the target of Odd. You have to defend.
Perhaps the Vanguard, Your Radiance.
Yes. Send them to the Spire. Aaron knows Aloy. He won't question it.
And have the city guard.
Aloy, if we're to...
Then...
Even a king can learn his lesson. Now.
I don't know about everything, but...
Have you spoken?
Not yet.
He wish...
Quietly does it. Panic in the city will only create another enemy. And do keep me appraised of each new arrival.
The Sun King
Aloy. Word with but? Yeah, the You're welcome.
And the...
Indeed. A num perhaps.
I will.
Exact. Otherwise...
Jeez. Say it, don't spray it.
Have you just polished that armor, Kuzet?
Of course.
Isn't that a little...
I'll do what I have to.
Wasn't
Ouch.
that him? From the battle?
Nil?
Aloy. They told me her name. I said hair like a splash of blood, tenacious as a scrapper's jaws. I've thought about what you said. The wound you gave me caught on my ribs.
But I didn't wound you.
Not by metal. Still, I forgive. A duel is such a fleeting joy. If one of us had ended the other, we'd have missed all this. The weight before blood is shed. Like the scrape of a blade across your teeth.
Nil, you're making it difficult to be glad to see you. But you're needed. The battle will be hard.
Hard? I was assured the odds would be near impossible.
And you signed up anyway?
Impossible odds, fine company, killing without consequence. How could I resist? Well, I don't like to boast. Killed anyone lately you'd like to talk about?
Nakoa, you came to fight.
How could I not? During the Red Raids, there was
Helis.
I would stand against any army he leads, no matter how strong.
We'll stop him.
Your word means it'll be good to... I'm with you.
How many men do you think you'll kill in the battle, Luthid?
Geneva. They called you back to duty.
So, you're the one behind all this commotion. Who made Sun King Avad finally show his sword arm from behind those robes?
A king can be fierce and fair, Geneva.
A smart man, too. He had Murad offer all my prisoners a royal pardon if they'd fight for Meridian. The whole motley lot of them agreed. Didn't take much.
With your kind of convince...
Ha! May the sun...
Petra!
Here she is. I knew there was something about you, and I don't say that to every...
That happens.
Murata, they were the pride of the...
Can I try one?
Everybody wants it. The target should... It hits nice and wide. No need to aim like a bow. See? That'll knock a machine on its ass, ancient or no. With these, I think we could hold off an army.
You know that I appreciate...
We'll see next time.
Aloy, I told you I'd be here.
You did, Teb. But have your wounds even had...
Honestly, if I fought, I'd probably come undone. But don't worry. I'll leave that to the other Nora at the... I brought supply... I could get used to it. We'll be setting... Aloy?
She didn't need to.
Maybe we can.
That's a nice spear, Uther. I like the way you grip it.
Enough, woman.
I had to take over my brother's ship today. There's the sun's rise and he's off courting that noble girl.
Next, you brush your teeth? Nah, go ahead and brush your teeth.
Talana, why are you here?
I'm your hawk.
Defending Meridian with Avad?
I leave that to the rest of the lodge. I will not stand aside while one of mine fights alone.
Are you sure you...
You're risking your life for all of us.
Then I won't...
It's settled.
Name it.
Leave the biggest machine for...
It rises taller than the highest tree.
War Chief Sona. War Chief, you...
The Nora do not belong here. I will fight the metal devil that threatens us all. But my place, the wrongness here, jags at me like an arrowhead.
I'm sorry to put you through this.
Do not be sorry. This will be ended. My spear, my word.
Greetings, Aloy. Don't. You don't need to bow. The Anointed doesn't like it. I gave my word.
So, Meridian...
I've seen many new things.
Varl, what's wrong?
You really want to know? All right. I'm in a foreign land, a tainted land, defending a faithless city that looks like nothing I've seen. From something I can't imagine. And you, after all that's happened, all you've done, I feel like I should drop to my knees and worship you, but I know you don't want that.
Boy, things are pretty tough for you, huh? Thanks for telling the other Nora not to bow. It's the last thing I need.
Don't be too hard on them. They only joined this fight because the Anointed bid it so.
Is that why you came?
No. I would have come, and we must fight a metal devil, because the goddess says. Or because you say.
I think the goddess and I are in agreement. We're both glad.
So am I.
So who are these guys?
They call themselves the Eclipse.
What does that even...
Aloy. So here we are again, gearing up for what are we up against, really?
I'm not sure. But there's gonna be a lot of... And if they get past...
That's... It sounds like our kind of fight. Right, guys?
At the front of the line!
Wasn't Ryan playing with that thing?
And what are we gonna hit him? Damn right! You hear that? And we're here for you.
Huh? Because he was playing with it? He'd been playing with it all day?
Only if we win.
Yep. So give it back. You've been playing with it all day. The entire time you were playing with your game, he was on that ball. Hours. And hours. And hours.